Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle here with my continuing coverage of the 2015 WNBA playoffs, and this time I'm here to recap the Western Conference Finals, which matched up the number 1 seed Minnesota Lynx versus the number 2 seed Phoenix Mercury. And in Game 1, Bonner, she was on fire, lighting it up for a game-high 21 points. But she was the only Mercury player in double figures. The team in general, including Bonner, they all had trouble finding their shot. They shot 25% in the second half. I think 32% for the entire game. And they just had trouble putting points on the board. Their defense kept them in it, but in the end, the Lynx just proved to be just a little bit too much. Maya Moore led the way with 18 points. Fowles and Brunson both adding double-doubles. Brunson especially, she had 19 rebounds, which is a Lynx franchise playoff record. And she is also now the all-time leader in postseason offensive rebounds for her WNBA career. So the Lynx win Game 1, 67-60. Then Game 2, they go out on the road, and that Maya Moore comes out like she wants to finish this thing, putting up 20 points in the first half. However, they did start to struggle because Moore had 3 fouls, Brunson had 3 fouls, Fowles had 3 fouls. Griner started exerting her dominance. She played angry in the second quarter. She had 13 points there. They go into halftime tied. Third quarter, it looks like maybe, Phoenix comes out to a quick lead. It looks like maybe the Lynx can tie it up, because Bonner quickly gets her 4th foul, and Griner does as well because she goes to the bench. But Minnesota actually extends their lead for a little while. Phoenix extends their lead for a little while. Minnesota comes fighting back. They're only down by 1 at the end of the third. And the fourth quarter was pretty much stayed close the entire way, with no team really completely seizing control. It was never really out of reach. And both of them had a chance to hit those game-winning buckets towards the end of the game. But it really came down to, with 1.5 seconds left, Maya Moore getting fouled while the game was tied. She hits a clutch free throw, giving her 40 points on the game and giving the Lynx the win, 72-71. They sweep the Phoenix Mercury, winning the 2015 Western Conference Championships. They are going back to the WNBA Finals once again for the 4th time in the past 5 years, which all coincides with Maya Moore's career, so there you have that. And I also want to say very briefly, I so-called this. Go back and look at my 2014 videos, because at the end of every season, I do like I'm going to do at the end of this season, probably after the finals, I usually do a video where I say my off-season power rankings, where I talk about, based on where they finished last year, where I think they're going to finish next year. And I said in that video, people were giving way too much damn credit to the Mercury, talking about, oh, they've had the best season ever. How many championships in a row can they win? And they were saying all this before they even won the first one. And in that video, I said a lot of things that ended up coming true, because in the first place, you had no idea if this roster is going to stay together. And I was right. They're missing a lot of pieces from last season. Phillips going to LA, Taylor and Taurasi sitting the season out. And with Griner being benched for the first 7 games because of her suspension, they were under 500 without her. And even though, congratulations to Dupree and Bonner, they proved a lot of people wrong. Griner showing a lot of dominance, and she definitely does look like she could end up grabbing an MVP trophy at least once or twice in her career. And I look forward to seeing how much she continues to grow, and Sandy Brondello continuing to do a great job coaching them. But the roster is just not as strong without Diana Taurasi. That's what you get when you lose arguably the best player ever. And then on top of all that, I also mentioned that Minnesota, they were not healthy to start the year last season, and the main reason that they weren't able to get to the finals was because Phoenix had home field advantage. This time, they started out the season strong. They were able to take home field advantage, and they were able to sweep the Mercury, and now the Lynx are going to the finals. And I want to say I called all of this. Go check the video in case you think I'm wrong. See, I can tell the future. I can tell the future. No, I can't. Don't believe me, but I can tell the future. So, anyways, Minnesota Lynx, they're going to the finals. They're waiting for the result of Indiana and New York. They play Game 3 on Tuesday. The finals begins next Sunday on October 4th. So, yeah, be ready for that. And until then, have a great weekend. A great week, actually, since technically the weekend's going to be over. But whatever.